Good morning. Good morning. I was on my walk today, and one of those special little voices that speak to us reminded me that today is the second anniversary of when we started our Monday meditations. It was the last Monday in August. And there was a whole other reason why we started it, and it's shifted, it's evolved, it's up leveled remarkably. I'm amazed at how far we've come. So yeah, what we're about now is upgrading to quantum crystalline. And I'm going to say now because it is now. It's not like, well, let's hope we do this in the next 1,000 years. It's it's actually it's actually happening now. So um let's just do a little a little review. So in this second anniversary, so we've been doing it for 2 years, going into our third years. Our efforts in 2022 and 2023 focused a lot on the drought. It was really, really serious. And for me, it's not just serious for we humans, but also the backcountry. And, the lakes were down to 5 and 6%. And it was really quite serious. And as we know, we had many, many atmospheric rivers that came through and pretty much filled up the lakes and have given a little bit of love to the Colorado River. And some things have bloomed that haven't bloomed in a long time. So I just checked our lake here, just our local one, is 96% full at the driest time of the year. So I know that it's no coincidence. And we also saw that there were a few moments along the way where we needed to put energy out for what was going on, worldwide. And we did that. This year, we concentrated our energy on bringing through the 20 aspects of the divine feminine into humanity. And my observation is we're shifting the message from exclusion and division to one of hope and joy. That's just my latest takeaway in the last couple of weeks. And I think you know what I'm talking about. Interestingly enough, here's what I'm noticing. This is really quite extraordinary. Many of you know, most of you know that I did engage in my first kind of race in 40 plus years. And it just turns out that this is something I could do. I could swim and I could bike, couldn't run. And so what I found, and I want to remind us too that, well, I'm gonna get to that, and just say our work focuses on personal evolution to 5 and 60 while influencing humanity to realize this shift within and for themselves. It's for us. It's within us and it's for us. And before I really go into what we're doing here, what I noticed, in the 2 months leading up, 3 months, 2 months leading up to this race that I did on Saturday, where I took a minute off of my fastest ocean time swimming. And that's with a lot of people kind of kicking around me and not being able to see where we were going because the sun was rising on the horizon at 7 in the morning. It was quite an experience. But I took an hour off of my overall time. I mean, it just was so extraordinary. And the work that we're going to do today, I was told that we're going to get stage 2 today. We're going to really focus on getting stage 2. But the whole time I was doing it, especially on the bike, I just felt I am energy. I didn't feel tired at all. At all. I stopped and I thought, if someone said you have to do that again, could you? And I could have. There's one little area of that that is just, you can barely make it up on your bike, and it's up through Toro Canyon. But that said, what I want to say is, in this work that we've been doing with the Divine Feminine, I felt so much energy coming to me from men I didn't know, just a positive statement, or can I help you with that? Or would you help me with this? The energy in that modality, even the people, the traffic people, everybody was really, really positive. It was a whole expression of beautiful, positive upleveling of humanity, the whole thing. I couldn't believe it. And I even that night went out and danced with friends. I had so much joyous energy. So, and I know that we have some very special athletes with us, and they know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about, our Paralympians, which, by the way, starts this Wednesday, the opening ceremonies. I believe it's on Peacock. It's in Paris. And so take a gander. I think it's going to be exciting. I plan to do so. So as I was preparing this morning, I was told, get up early. You've got some work to do this morning. I said, okay. Took the dogs for a walk, more downloads. And as I was preparing this, there was a little tap right here. And they said, do you realize that this whole process of shifting, and this was happening, by the way, during Star Wars, the work of shifting from the grid from square to triangular began in 81. And these light beams were coming in and having us hold place on this grid and taking the squares and turning them into triangles. And if you look at any of these, I'm going to just point this out. Here's your six-sided right there. And here's another beautiful one. And here's another beautiful one, that these beautiful triangles actually create the six-sided formation that is essential for 5D and 6D, because you want that crystalline grid formation to be able to hold the frequency. Otherwise, we just slip into, the control paradigm. So, in all of this, and this is what I was talking about, I want to refer back to, at the full moon in May, we were asked to infuse all structures that we've been preparing with this kind of crystalline grid that we've been invoking in our meditations for the last couple of years, right? So we were asked to infuse that grid that we create as our group, our beautiful group. We're asked to infuse all structures with the divine feminine, including men, women, and children, and then the emphasis on men. And I thought, I would think emphasis on women to kind of give them empowerment. It's like, no, you need to bring this energy up through the men. You need to really include them. And so I said, okay. And so what I've been noticing in my simulation, which I'm calling this now, I could call it a dream, but I almost prefer to call it a simulation, is that the men are absolutely up-leveled in our interaction. I'm talking about at the gas station. I'm talking about at the stoplight. I'm talking about all those guys that passed me on the bike with their amazing, amazing bicycles. I have a good one, but these were like, wow, they look like they could have been in the Olympics, these bicycles. But generally, everyone that I've been experiencing over these last couple months, especially the men in my simulation, have been graciously kind, graciously, can I help you? I mean, every single one. It's just been, I mean, occasionally a few guys with big trucks and big motorcycles go by and they think they're really cool, but they'll get it. They'll get it. So now we're gonna we're gonna go to just kind of go back in time to this recent Lionsgate where we were visited by a Lyran. And I went and researched this. That's what I thought and felt, but then I went and looked at it and I said, yeah, this being is a Lyran. And a lot of beings, a lot of people pictured them as having very feline looking. I don't see that. All I see is their crystalline formation. I don't think they need to have skin and wear clothes. I think they're just existing in a crystalline formation. So because of this beautiful feminine being, we began the process of reformatting each of you who participated to crystalline formation. And we were told this is to occur in 3 stages. And during that initial visit, during Lionsgate, when we went through the double portal, we were initiated into the first stage, which is upgrading your intelligence. And that's not to say any of us are dumb. No, intelligence is discernment and being able to feel as a vibration that this is not a resonation or this is a resonation, and then making an assessment of what needs to happen in this moment for me to stay in my integrity. Comprehension of up-leveled ideas. Those are going to be coming through. Observation with the mind, the intelligence of biased assessments. And they're everywhere. And that's okay because we're still embodied in density. It's okay. But we have to observe it. And even in ourselves, I have a dog that's driving me crazy right now. And I have to take a deep breath, after I tell her to sit down, 3 times. So we have to observe ourselves and just own it. Or we observe what other people are saying and not buy into it. Or we observe it later and go, oh, I could have done a little better there, couldn't I? And this word is enhanced computation. Sorry about the misspelling. Enhanced computation. So this is going to allow that enhanced computation for you to put together pieces, whether it be, redecorating your house or your garden or whatever, but being able to put together things and make them into oneness. So I'm very excited about that part of our journey. So the next thing that we're about here, as this slowly fades. Yes. Well, first we'll talk about the benefits of this intelligence upgrade. More intuitive, greater insights into beingness, etc. All right, now we're entering into stage 2, energy. Realize you are quantum crystalline energy. It's kind of fantastic just to go there, just to think that might be true. Quantum crystalline energy. This is what I think just made me blow on that race and actually take an hour off my time. I don't know if I mentioned that. It took an hour off of what I thought I would do. And it was just because I was the energy of this and the road and the vegetation and the trees and the ocean. It was just all energy. And there wasn't much thought related to it. And you are the same. You are energy. And so as you realize that, I am energy, you have to do the I am of it. Okay. The I am of I am energy, but it's the I capital A capital M. So I want you to do that right now. I am energy. And I want your thoughts to kind of dissipate from density to the vibration of energy. And I'm getting a nod from our Lyran, the crystalline being. She's like, she's nodding this next aspect into our beings and into our field. And you might start feeling a little bit of a tingle. And it's a declaration, it's not an affirmation. I am energy. I am divine energy. Wow, it's beautiful. I am divine energy. So shift into that. You can even emphasize the word divine, divine, divine. There you go. And so I think you can tune into what you're experiencing, but then in our field, as each of you kind of turn on with it, it enhances it and it makes it very, very real for us, beautifully real for us. It's a vibration that you start to feel like a buzz. You start to feel in your cells. I am divine energy. And there's a smile that goes with that. And there's a smile in the eyes as you do that. I am divine energy. And then I am quantum energy. I am quantum energy. Very expansive resonation. So here you get to go beyond what you perceive as you, which is the physical body. And here you get to go quantum. I am quantum energy. And even there now there is a pulse of upgrade, up leveling. And as each of us participates, we participate for each other because we have our beautiful 8+1. Sacred 8. And again, we get the nod from the Lyran. He says, this is how it must be done as a field of co-participants. This is how it is the most authentic. And she engages with us and she says, allow. Allow for stage 2. Upgrade. There we go. Now. And even as we do this, it begins to shift to the next part. Yeah. I am crystalline energy. I am crystalline energy. So the energetic formation that attracts, I am attraction, that attracts the crystalline formation into reality. There are other upgrades above and beyond what we can conceive of in this moment, but this is a good one. And now as you participate, look at your field, look at your what could be, but is now becoming not etheric body, but a crystalline body. Accept. Yes. Again, there is a pulse. There's a pulse in this transformation. And energy, the I am energy is very much emanating from the divine feminine as the divine feminine. So we're just right. That pulsing tells us, yes, it's all working together. And we're reminded by Lyran, please put attention on the backside of you, the shadow, please, for the good of all. Yes, there you go. Especially fear, especially kidneys, which hold fear and anxiety, adrenals. Really put it there because we must release fear. We must release fear. We must release fear. And shift to hope and love. Love. And sometimes joy. There you go. There you go. You're doing it very well now. Beautiful. And nod your head and expand into this truth. Just go, okay, it's happening. It's happening. And I'm hearing a lot of being saying, oh, now we're shifting into 5D. Well, we've been shifting into 5D for a while. And we're getting to the real root of the underlying formation or grid. Energy formatting as crystalline. And you can feel your fingertips. And this is what we've been accustomed to. And then you open your hands up. Affirm whenever you can remember, I am energy. I am divine energy. I am quantum energy. And then you go, I am crystalline energy. This will not only reformat your frequency body, but it's going to start to crystallize your dream or your simulation of reality here. It's going to make it more fluid, more malleable. It's a process, so we have to affirm it daily, right? And daily could be 10 times, or do it when you first wake up. So stage 2 realization requires that we remember over and over again. And you can remember it 20 times a day because you're going to forget. And you go, right, it's a dream. And then when something really beautiful happens, where someone really reaches through to you with a glance, an offering hand, a ma'am or a sir, or I love you, whatever. When someone reaches through, remember, I invoke that into my simulation. That's right. It's your dream. You invoked it in. And then conversely, we have to take responsibility when the other stuff shows up. And the other stuff's going to show up. It just does, and it's okay. So affirm, affirm, affirm. Again and again, I am energy. So beautiful, people. The shift is upon us. Stay engaged. Affirm this realization. And there's going to be moments that feel like, I don't know what I'm doing, and it feels hard. And what do I do? And that is the exact moment that you contradict the reflection of the what was. And it's hard to remember to do that. It really is. You've got your tools. You've got your tools. And when you can't quite get it, stream through the YouTube Quantum Whisper offerings. Stream through those for something for you. You're like, oh yeah. And put them on before you go to sleep. Let it go into your sub. You're cooking, put them on. And just let that one message that is meant for you that day come through you. And if you feel and see people who need that message, send them a link, because we are doing something that's upgrading us now. And as we do it in this group of 8 or 8 plus 1, it really influences the whole quantum. We know this. We see it. We have proof. And the other side is we want as many humans as possible to engage this, because if you've got 1 in a city, that's cool. If you got 8 in a city, that's way better. But if you have 100 in a city, and I'm already starting to see a shift in my town. I just see it every day. And I know that there are other beings who are doing it. And I know now that we've established, I want to say, patches of crystalline formation. And I could, I think one day I remembered 8. So we're anchored here. So anybody that you can influence, be a quantum influencer. The main thing is your thoughts. You got to watch your thoughts. Yeah. And there's going to be moments of frustration that pop through. Watch your thoughts and go. And I am energy. I am vibration. I am attraction. I am expression. I am. It's something to live for, right? All right. So we bid adieu to all of you. Have an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous frequency energy day. And we will not have a meeting next Monday because it's Labor Day. So and take that day off and get some other things organized for us. Okay. I'm gonna be laboring, but in a different way. Okay. Namaste.